Now to our journey across America, bringing us here to Washington and to our exclusive interview with the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General Mark Milley, as part of the Aspen Security Forum, where I pressed General Milley about the chaotic U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan, the new terror threat, and those recent dramatic headlines out of China. My exclusive interview coming at a critical time after it was reported China had tested a hypersonic missile that had first orbited the Earth. What General Mark Milley recently suggested is close to a Sputnik moment.
I think a lot of us were alarmed by your alarm over it.
They are clearly challenging us regionally, and their aspiration is to challenge the United States globally.
Do we have the capability to match what we just saw from China?
Well, I won't go into anything classified as to what our specific capabilities are, or what theirs are for that matter. But I would just say that that test that occurred was a very significant test. We're witnessing one of the largest shifts in global geostrategic power that the world has witnessed. And if we, the United States military, don't do a fundamental change to ourselves in the coming 10 to 15 to 20 years, then we're going to be on the wrong side of a conflict.
Then there's the potential U.S. clash with China over Taiwan.
Is it your belief that China is preparing to make a move on Taiwan in the near future?
The Chinese are clearly and unambiguously building the capability to provide those options to their national leadership if they so choose at some point in the future. But near future, probably not, but anything can happen.
U.S. officials tell NBC News in war games simulating an American defense of Taiwan, U.S. forces have not been able to win a conventional war with the Chinese.
Do we have the capability to defend Taiwan?
We absolutely have the capability. There's no question about that.
Critics say Chinese action against Taiwan is more likely now after the chaotic and deadly U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan, where the U.S. left Americans and thousands of Afghan allies behind.
Do you think that China, other adversaries, have been emboldened by the perception that the U.S. was not there for one of its allies?
They may or may not have interpreted it like that. If they did, that's a misinterpretation. We gave a lot to Afghanistan. I would caution any country out there to think that the United States is in any manner, shape, or form kind of weak or any of that. That'd be a bad call.
And Milley with new warnings on the potential for terror attacks here, including from ISIS reconstituting in Afghanistan.
They have the capability to strike the U.S. homeland.
My own personal estimate is that the conditions are likely to be set for reconstituted ISIS or Al-Qaeda, and I gave out windows of time, 6 months, and I gave it out to 36 months. Does that mean they'll attack the United States? Maybe, maybe not. It depends.
I asked about the controversy and the criticism over Milley's comments in that book by Bob Woodward and Robert Costa, several Republicans calling on Milley to resign.
You became a bit of a lightning rod recently. We saw that your appearances before Congress. Can you tell us how that has impacted your job, and if you have any regrets over being as forthcoming as you were with Woodward?
Well, I'm a soldier, and I serve at the pleasure of the president. When the president no longer finds me useful, then I move on. Until that day, I just continue to serve the country and serve the Constitution and drive on.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.